Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Deluxe Class Autobot Moonracer from Transformers Power of the Primes. I think it's really cool that they're doing all the female Autobots. Moonracer was one of the female Autobots featured in the second season of the original cartoon. There was an episode where they went to Cybertron and I think they ran into Elita 1, Moonracer, Chromia, and Firestar, I think was the fourth one. Obviously we've seen Elita 1 in the Voyager class. We have Moonracer here. Chromia we actually got a couple years ago as part of the Generations line, about the same time the RC figure came out in that line. And then Firestar is actually going to be a repaint of Moonracer, repaint/remold, later on in Wave 4 of Power of the Primes. So I think that's pretty cool. I was kind of hoping that they would do like a new mold for Firestar, and then they would repaint Moonracer as RC, and then repaint whatever the mold they did for Firestar as Chromia, so we could get a full female Autobot Gestalt going. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so we'll only have 3 female Autobots for the Gestalt. And then I guess we'll have to throw in Jazz or something, I don't know. Some of the other figures that have been released. But yeah, I think Moonracer looks really cool. I love the color scheme. I love the artwork here in the back. I think that's really cool. Turn around to the back, it says Autobot Moonracer. How will the joyful Autobot sharpshooter wield the power of the primes? And then you have, again, robot mode and vehicle mode. I feel like the colors on here are a little bit more subdued. They're a little bit not as bright, I guess I should say. They're obviously much brighter. I like these colors better, actually. I feel like this is more in keeping with the show, from what I remember of the G1 cartoon. And this feels more like Cup's colors to me. Although Cup's a little bit darker, but in any case. Here are the 2 Prime Masters from Wave 2, which unfortunately I still don't have. And then they show Liege Maximo down here from Wave 1. So you can pop this thing on her chest just like you can with most of the Deluxe class figures. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the packaging. So let's go ahead, we'll get Moonracer out of there, and we'll take a closer look. Moonracer comes with everything you see here. Here's the card real quick. Nice little artwork there. Although the artwork does not depict her giant backpack, but we'll get to that in a moment. Prima Moonracer grants enemies 1 shot at redemption before blasting them. Alright. Otherwise, it's a standard cardboard card. Pretty thick, nice, collectible, good artwork. That's it for that. Put that off to the side. You have your typical hand joint thing. You know, you can pull the fist out. Although he's got 2 crazy thumbs. I always thought that looked weird. But just from this way, it looks normal. You can, of course, connect this to her chest. She has these 2 little indentations on both sides. There's one. There's one. And these pegs are what going to fit on there. So you peg that in, peg this in. And there you go. She's got this giant weird thing hanging off her chest. I don't know. I've said this in previous videos. I think this is dumb. I think the whole gimmick, I completely understand including it for the combined mode, the Gestalt mode, you need a fist piece. I get that. And it's cool that you can put the Prime Masters in them. But, I don't know, the connecting to the chest, so it works on some of them. On other ones, it just looks absolutely ridiculous. Because she's so thin and tiny, I just think it looks ridiculous on her. So, whatever, put that thing off to the side. She does come with this cool little gun, though. I like this gun a lot, so go ahead, pop this in her fist. So there you go. She's got a cool little sharpshooter gun. I like it a lot. I think she looks good. I really do like the look of this. The color scheme is fantastic. You got the pastel colors working, the green, the purple, a little bit of yellow. I don't know, maybe it's springtime, so it just seems to fit really well right now. I don't know, but I love this pastel color scheme. Now, she comes packaged in the box with this giant, like, butt skirt. What you can do, you can see on the back here, there's 2 tabs. And if you look down here, there's 2 little tab holes here and here. So you can bend it here. You can see this double joint there. And then lift this up, and it'll tab into the back. There we go. Just got to line it up. So it completely frees up the back, which is great. Her legs are now completely free, but giant backpack. And, I mean, she's got some heels, but not enough. She always succumbs to the weight of the giant backpack. So, looks great. Love the look of the figure. You're just going to have to prop her up against something because It's not going to work out with that giant backpack. But overall, love the aesthetic. Really, really do. Articulation wise, head is on a ball joint, so up and down, side to side, ball joint in the shoulder. I don't think we have a bicep swivel. We have a ball joint in the elbow. The wrists can go in like this, but that's due to transformation. She's actually got 2 swivels in the waist area. Obviously, there's this one down here, but this one can actually swivel as well. Now, you can't do it while the backpack's pegged in, but we'll see it when we get to the vehicle transformation. So there's actually 2 waist swivels, but in robot mode, just 1. You have the ball joint in the hip, thigh swivel, probably over 90 degrees. Well, just over 90 degrees in the knee. And then you actually do have a little bit of an ankle tilt. So if you want to spread the legs out and get the ankle tilt working, it does. But yeah, I don't know. I love this figure. It's goofy. And wait till we get to the vehicle mode, it's even goofier, but it's just really charming for some reason. I think, for me at least, a lot of it is the color scheme. I love this color scheme so much. I just do. I don't know why. But yeah, so... Nope, she's going to fall. If you, like, pitch her forward, maybe... I feel like you can probably find a spot where the weight will balance, but she's going to look kind of silly. Because you'd have to really... Yeah. That's where she balances with the backpack. Come here, Decepticons, and I'm looking at your shoes. You got nice shoes. Anyway, so that's a bit of a bummer, but overall, I really think it's a cool figure. Let's get on to the transformation, though. Alright, so it's actually a pretty simple transformation. You can start by pegging the feet together. So you're going to see down here, you want to put that all together, and then this whole section will lift up. Kind of peg into these panels on the sides of the feet. So that's pretty much the front of the car. As you can see, you're going to swivel this around at the bottom waist swivel. And then you're going to unpeg this piece, the big butt skirt piece of the backpack, and bring that down. And that's going to cover the legs and kind of link all together with this. So you can see that's pretty much the whole front of the car. So that's that. Then you're going to swivel it at the top waist swivel, right there. You're going to lift this up so that this whole neck / head assembly can rotate around like that. Then you can fold it back down. I'm going to throw the arms back over the head. And how this is going to work is this whole section is going to come up here like this. And there's going to be a couple connections here. Right here and right here, it's going to peg into the forearm. So if you bring this up, you can see that pegs in there. You want to make sure that the arm is below these 2 white pieces. And then you can see that this long tab here is going to peg into this little notch. I'll bring this down again so you can see this notch right here. So you push this up, that goes in, then you bring this up and peg that in like that, and then fold in the fist. And that forms the whole back of the vehicle mode. So do the same thing. You can fold the fist in first if you want. Then bring this up, tab that in, bring this up, and peg it in. And there you go. It is a very goofy looking vehicle mode. I will freely admit. It's so long. I don't know. It's just long and thin, and that makes it look silly. But I don't know. I kind of like it. It reminds me a little bit of Cup, I think, just because the color scheme and kind of the front here. But it's silly and it's goofy, but it's fun. You can bring this thing back in if you'd like. The directions have you spin this around like this. And you can see there's kind of thrusters molded in here, like the one that came with Jazz. This peg pegs into this peg hole here. Now, it's a little difficult. You're going to kind of want to hold it because it's a little bit of a tight fit. But there you go. So if you want to make it even longer, put a giant rocket ship thruster on the back there. There you go. And then they also show you that you can put the gun in this little peg hole right here, which sometimes makes the arm unpeg. But there you go. So, crazy, giant, long, thin car with a rocket on the back. It's nuts. It's just super crazy. Like I said, it's weird. I like it though. The only thing that I really complain about is that the fists are really just hanging out off the back here, and there's really not much you can do about that. But it rolls pretty well. I'll be interested to see how they remold this into Firestar, because on the show, Firestar, or Nova Star, whatever she's going to be called now, was a flatbed truck. So, I don't know how you're going to... Like, I could see them somehow remolding this or just even repainting this into RC. I feel like that could have worked. And then if they made a flatbed vehicle for Nova Star and then put like a canopy on top of it and made that the van that like Moonracer turns into, would have been a perfect way to go about it. Give us 4 limb female Autobots with Nova Prime. What am I doing here? With Elita 1. Not even close. Elita 1 as the torso, and that would have been a beautiful thing. Female Autobot Gestalt. And they could have sold more toys, but instead, they didn't want to make another mold, so that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, it's a crazy little vehicle mode. I kind of like it. So usually I wait to do the arm and leg modes until like the Gestalt video that I usually do. Like I'm going to do a separate video for Abominus. I'm going to do a separate video for Volcanicus. But I don't know, since we're not going to get a full female Gestalt team, I probably won't do a separate video for that, so I'll just show you guys real quick. It's really simple. Honestly, both of these transformations are pretty easy. I'll do the arm first. So you lift this up, and you can see that connection piece right there, you're actually going to bring this up and then just connect this there instead. Now, technically, you could do this for the vehicle mode as well if you liked it better. Nothing to stop you from doing that. So if you can actually get it to go in there. What did I do? Oh, you know why? Is this lifted up too much? Yeah. Because these aren't staying pegged in, that's why. There we go. So hold the sides in. That's going to help you out there. Okay, so once those are pegged in, and like I said, if you like that look better in vehicle mode, go for it. At this point, let me zoom out a little bit here. You can actually spin this whole thing around 90 degrees. And you just leave it like that. And pull out the connector. Boom. You're going to lift this section up. And you can see it bends at her knees. And you're pretty much good to go. Take your arm connector, or your hand connector rather. Spin this around. Peg it in. And there you go. You have an arm. I kind of like that. It's really compact. I like having the two, like the wheel there. I think that looks good. So you can put that in and boom, there's your big arm. Smash. So I like that. I think that's cool. I kind of dig her as an arm. Real quick, the transformation to leg mode is very similar. Same thing with this. You would lift this up. You would put this back. So you spin this around. Why isn't it doing it? I guess it's just easier if you open it up. Okay, so now you take this. You can see here there's 2 connector ports right there. And there's 2 big tabs right here and here. So you have to bend it at the knee, but there's also a second joint right here where my finger is. So you're going to bend this again and kind of angle it down until you get those 2 peg in to there. There we go. Okay, so once that's pegged in there, you lift this up a little bit. And you can see there's a connector port right there. You pull that out, push this all back together. There we go. And then that's it. That's your leg mode. You would just use the leg piece that comes with one of the Voyager class. And there's her as a leg. The leg's not bad. I don't mind the look of the leg, but I think I prefer the arm. I think the arm just works a little better in my opinion. But there you go. That is the arm and the leg mode for this. I really like this figure a lot. I don't know. It's not perfect by any means, but there's a lot to like here, and I really do find it kind of charming. I love the color scheme. I think the pastel green and purple really works perfectly for this figure. it's like I said, it's not perfect. The big backpack is kind of a bummer. I don't even really mind it aesthetically. I kind of like the look of these pieces in the back here. It's really just kind of this piece here, and the fact that it just makes it so back heavy, because getting it to stand is kind of a bummer. If they had done, I mean, you can get it in poses. I mean, look, it's standing right now. Knock on wood, don't jinx it. But if they had maybe just given her a little bit longer, heels or something like that, so she had a much easier time standing even with the giant backpack. Otherwise, aesthetically, it doesn't really bother me. And the vehicle mode definitely is weird. It's a really long, thin car. But again, it's just kind of fun. And it's definitely out of the norm, which can be fun from time to time, I think, to get something a little bit crazy, a little bit different from everything what you're used to. So I like this figure a lot. Like I said, it's not perfect, and it's definitely weird, but it's charming, and I really do enjoy it. I really wish we would have gotten the other female Autobots. Like I said, I was hoping they would, do the new mold for Nova Star, and then we would get Chromie and RC, so we could get all 5 of the female Autobots in the Gestalt capacity. I think that would have been really cool, but I don't think that's going to happen. In the meantime, you can pick up Moonracer. She's fun. She looks really neat, and I love, love, love this color scheme. So if you're looking for a crazy Transformer that's just, a little bit different from the norm, Moonracer is definitely for you. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Deluxe Class Autobot Moonracer from Transformers Power of the Primes. And I have to just hold her because I don't think she will stand. What do you think? Can you stand for me? There you go. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.